Human CV, Season 2, and a very special guest with me, Hopo, Rehe. Yeah, when did we meet? What happened?
We met at NZ Spirit Self, where you received the healing from me. Is that correct?
And you are an incredible healer. What is the sort of techniques or style of healing that you use with people?
I do the, it's traditional energy healing. So we call it hono hono. Hono hono is, it's about energy sharing.
Yeah.
So like, I read your energy, I connect with your ancestors. They're the ones that guide you towards me. I think about 95% of the people that come to me, they come to me saying that I didn't know what it was. I just felt totally drawn to come in here. And I think, well, for me, that's a very good sign. So that tells me that that connection is because your ancestors have talked to my ancestors and say, we got this girl. And mine say, oh, we got this healer dude. And they just push us together. We know nothing about this. And it might be a year before we ever meet. But it allows us to, we come together, you walk past at a festival, you go, I just got to go in there.
Yeah.
And I might see you walk around and come back, you know, go the other way and come back, because everyone's looking for the right one, which I think is a really good thing. But yeah, so yeah. And that's why they have that pull. And when you have that pull, like I kind of like to look at it like I'm a finisher.
Yeah.
When people come to me, there's, I think, first of all, when they come to me, they're coming to me, an eight tohuka, and an entity which Christians would call the Archangel Michael, an entity called Tabash, and several other entities that don't really have any names.
Right.
So when I talk about me, I am not talking about me. I'm part of a...
In the healing, you mean?
Yeah, in the healing. I'm talking about, I'm just actually the meat in the sandwich. They project, the ancestors provide yours and mine, and all those ones I talked about, project their energy through me. My body can handle what they deliver, and it, for some way, manipulates that energy so that I can then project it into you. So I am the meat in the sandwich, literally.
So when you're healing a person, they come to you.
Yeah.
Do they need to tell you what it is they need healing for, or can you feel it better than they can verbalize it? Like, how does it feel for you?
It's different altogether.
Right.
It's, every time, sorry. What it is like, sometimes I'll sit there and go like, and I'll see a picture in my mind. And that picture might be this.
Yeah.
Right? And I'll see that picture, and that picture will tell me straight away, this is about physical or sexual abuse.
Right.
Which tends to be, at least 50% of the people come to me, it's about that.
It's that high.
Wow.
Wow.
At least, those are the ones that come to me.
Yeah.
So I figure 80% of the people that come to me are women, and 80% of those people, it's about sexual abuse.
Wow.
Even though they don't say it, many of them won't say it. But
Yeah.
what happens is I see in my mind these little flashes that tell me, or I'll get like, and then I'll go, okay, well, and I still don't know anything. I don't know anything, and I'll sit there and go, okay, I'll see that thing, and I go, so now I know the area I'm looking.
Yeah.
And then I'll ask for a number, and the number might be like 8.
So you ask the client for a number,
No,
or the ancestors,
I'm asking the ancestors.
guides?
Yeah. I'm communicating all the time.
Yeah.
And they're talking to me through thoughts in my mind, and they're talking to me through like electric shocks, goosebumps.
Physical symptoms.
Within my body, but not always. If you watch me while I'm working, you will see my goosebumps go all over my body as certain things. And few people are looking at that because they're consumed by their process, which is how it should be. You're working on you, I'm working on you. So you don't see me, but for me, there's so many things happening, and I'm kind of interpreting all those things.
So then you see pictures or you feel, then you ask your guides for a number, so you know how strong it is. Is that for?
So I know what age.
Oh, the age.
Yeah.
That's the number you're
because
asking.
I'm
Okay.
working child. Usually what I'm dealing with is childhood trauma.
Right.
So I work on an age and I'll sit there and go, I might get 8. And I go, okay,
What happened when you were 8, eh?
tell me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you remember when you were 8 years of age? Is there anything that you feel relevant?
Yeah.
And sometimes the person will start crying, or a lot of tears. And some of those tears are mine. Well, they're not actually mine, but they're the ancestors. They're more your ancestors. So if your ancestors are really, really happy, I can feel their happiness, but then I'll have tears coming out of my eyes, like the same as if I walk past a war memorial.
You feel the pain and
There's
the
a lot of
sadness
lost
and
souls.
grief. Yeah.
What we Māori call taipo, lost souls. They haven't found their way back home.
Right.
So they just stay where their name is. And a war memorial, and I will walk past one, and then I'll just have tears coming. And they're not my tears; they're their tears. But I always try to be like, I kind of look at myself as a manly-ish man. Old school. Old school. If you
Gender
get me.
stereotypes reinforced.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, old school type. I'm 61 years of age, so the all these different gender things, they're really hard for me to understand.
Gotcha.
But I accept people. You
Everyone's
tell
on
me, you
their
tell
own
me
path.
I'm this.
Yeah.
I'll do my best.
Yeah.
But if you pick on me because I forget, then you've lost me.
Yeah.
And then I don't care.
Yeah.
I'll just go, okay.
Yeah,
I'm
we've
just
got
going to go over
bigger
here.
fish to fry here.
Yeah. I mean, I care about everybody.
Yes.
Right.
So go back to, so you asked the guides what age, then you ask the person,
Okay,
and then you start your healing process. So
I just sit there and start talking, and I've already, again, I generally know what I'm talking about, but it's not about me.
yeah,
You have to volunteer the information, because if you don't volunteer it, like it's still a secret. So what we're doing is like you're a crystal clear pool of water, but it's all muddy underneath.
Yeah, you stir it up.
So I'm going like this, right?
Yeah, that's how it felt.
We need emotion.
Yeah.
We need all those sort of there. We need you to talk about it, right? Because, and see,
Yeah. Goose pumping
Yeah.
too. yeah.
Yeah, so this is so
Energy.
no matter what happens, we're always in session. If we're
That's
talking, we're always in session. It just comes with the territory. But yeah, so where were we?
I will take that second to share with you, because I don't think most people share with you what happened for them.
Not much, no.
And
No.
I briefly shared it with you when we had our conversation
That's
like,
really
on the
cool to
phone
hear that.
before. Yeah, and you enjoyed that. So
Yeah.
for the people who are curious about Hono Hono, or might want to book you, might want to invite you because you're open to travel very soon, we're getting to that story. So when I came to you, I initially wandered across the festival, and there are dozens of very capable healers, all different modalities, from Thai adjustment and Reiki healers and sound healing, and then there you are with your traditional Māori healing. Now, I initially wanted you to fix some hip bone situation that I was having some issues with and had for a long time. It was an old snowboarding accident, and it keeps playing up in times when I not fully nourish my body well, all that. And I'm like, I wonder if there's any psychological thing attached to it, because my psychology background always blames the psychosomatics, there's some issue and that's why the body hurts in this bit.
Yeah.
So I come to you. After scanning all the other people's energy, I see energy maybe in a different way to you, but I perceive a strongly where should I go and why. And you are there, and I see you, and I'm like, I want to talk to him. There is something there, and I want to talk to him, and there is something about your vibe that I really enjoyed.
What's that thing that I
It's that
described?
thing, 100%.
It's your ancestors.
Yeah.
It's already done.
Grandma was like, knock, knock, go to see him.
Was it grandma? Was it your grandmother that? Because I often
Potentially,
tell
I
you.
would not be able to tell
No, I
you
often
exactly
tell
where.
you who it is that's called you there.
Yes.
Not all the time, but,
Yeah, I don't
whatever
think
comes,
you did.
comes.
This
Okay,
time
yeah.
you didn't. But
All right.
so I go to you and I'm like, hey, I've got this thing. I would love to use your healing services, but I want you to tell me when is the time when your energy is the cleanest and clearest. And you said, for me, it's the early morning. I said, when is your earliest slot tomorrow? I can come and see you in your healing tent. And then you said, I don't know, 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, whatever you were able to do that day. And I'm not a morning person, so I come to you the next morning, festival, everybody's still sleepy. And there was this, you have this tent, this marquee, I think it's called, right?
Yeah, it's
what do you call it?
Kathmandu,
It's like a
big dome tent.
Yeah, super cozy in there. You've got all your tools, your healing and sound tools there. And then there's this massage bed where people just lay down. And
I would
lay
have
down on
a
my back,
blanket for you.
Yeah, it kept me really warm and cozy because I love being warm. And so I felt relaxed, and then I had to close my eyes, and you would put your hands somewhere near or around or on my head, and you guided me through a story. And you used your guiding animal, the albatross, for that, and you guided me on a story with birds and staircases. And
I don't remember any of this.
Very typical. Like when I researched some hypnosis techniques and stuff like that, and
it's like
astral travel.
eh?
It's similar to these. How do you get into astral travel
I'll tell
states
you
or
about it after
hypnosis?
you're done.
Yeah. So anyway, you took me through this whole journey, and most of the time, all I heard was your voice, and maybe in between you would have some music instruments or something playing. Can't remember fully. But you did something that I hadn't experienced in any of the other things I've tried, whether it's substances or very deep meditation or counseling and therapy techniques. And you just took me on a journey, and that was able to...
Did we go to the beach?
We went sort of more over a field and then up a staircase, and then birds were there, and then we had to go into a room and identify who's there or something. I can't remember the full details. It was...
So you go up the tree, but when we get right up to the very top, we go through, and the birds are all the...
Yes.
You would have seen Te Hopo,
yes, and
the
you
albatross,
also,
and that's me.
Yes, and
there's a whole lot of others. They're all different tohunga.
And you kept saying on this journey you walked next to me, so I felt like I always had you next to me, like my buddy, and we're going exploring, right? So you guided my brain into this state, and you unlocked, I'm not joking, 35-year-old memories.
Yeah,
I had forgotten,
I
had buried them, they were sleeping somewhere, and you were able, with this short guided thing, barely any physical adjustments, just your hands around my head, maybe clearing energy in a Reiki kind of way, that's my terminology for it. And you were able to unlock that. And I felt myself lying down there, tears, and I'm not a big crier usually, and it's like there was so much shaking going on, so much crying, release, and discovering some of those old memories that I was like, the topic that came up was friendship, connection, community, which as a lone wolf and rebel and former Jehovah's Witnesses, so I was, removed from everything, no contact with my family, like complete Lone Ranger girl, you know. And so I was always the hyper-independent person, but in this session you brought up for me these topics of friendship, community, connection, attracting people that love you for who you are, not for you are born in them or you are their religion, So this has been a topic that came up, and I did not know I needed to look at this topic because here I was by myself, Lone Ranger, happy. And so you were able to do this. How did you get into this? Like, when was the moment when you realized I can do this with and for people?
Okay, that's easy. The earliest time that I knew that I could do this was 5. And,
so early.
Well, it's in the DNA.
Yeah.
As Indigenous knowledge, it's in the DNA, which means you have it in your... Like, everything I can do, you can do.
Yes.
And everyone can do.
Yeah.
Most never do that. But I am part of something that's bigger than me. And that has a more structure to the learning. So I've never been taught anything, right? It's all like, well, those festivals, they sent me to those festivals, so you need to go there. And because I get so many people, so many different stories, they're easy to work on because most everyone is already aware of that spiritual side of there. So they were great. It was a great place for me to hone my skills. And so I just went ahead and just learned that there. But at 5 years old was when I remember it. Then I went through a whole life, had let's call it the naughty phase, which I had to go through. I could never do what I do now without having been through that. So one of the things I do, one of the other things is I'm a protector, right? I protect the light from the dark. But I'm not of the light. I'm not of the dark. I live in what we call te whaiao. the in-between, the dimly lit space between the two. Almost you could say like thin blue line.
The dusk dawn line.
Yeah. So te whaiau is the dimly lit space, where if you go te pō would be a baby within the womb.
Oh,
right?
Okay.
And then coming out of the womb, at the birth, is as they come down the birthing canal, there's the purpley colour, the reddy, the yellowy, and then you get into the light. So there's te ao marama, te pō. That middle part is te whaiau, the dimly lit space between. It's a colourful space.
So te ao marama means the light, te pō means the dark.
Te ao marama, ao means world or realm, and the world of light and understanding. Te ao marama, the world of light and understanding. Te pō, in this circumstance, means the darkness. But te pō can also mean the negative. Te pō can also is a feminine atua. So it's many different names.
The unknown, the dark, the hidden,
the unknown,
the mystery.
Oh, you know, one of the tupuna that work with me is Hopo. He means to fish. Pō is, in this case, is the unknown.
No, he fishes for the unknown. He's unraveling secrets.
He was a navigator, sailor.
Right. Yeah.
Navigator, sailor, and he was an adventurer. So he used to go where no one used to go. So Hopo. That means the person who's fishing for the unknown. So in other words, he was an adventurer.
Right.
And
as somebody who's only 5 years old, my friend, she has a little daughter who's 5, and I'm imagining little Emilia discovering that she's a healer and can work in the space between.
Well, she won't understand
she
that she was a healer.
In that age, right? You would then go and have your naughty phase. What did that include? Like, which darkness were you able to, if you are able to speak about them, to experience and learn from these places, so now you can take people in your healing journeys, in their healing journeys through?
I have no fear of the dark. What I mean by no fear of the dark, like if I was the darkness, so if I walked through the darkness, so like I became a member of an outlaw motorcycle club.
Right.
I've been to jail. Don't really, but I was a very naughty boy, so I lived that lifestyle.
Yeah.
But when I come out the other end of it, like I never really belonged there ever. But I gained so much skill and understanding from that lifestyle, and I apply that to what I do now. So when I'm dealing with negative things, because I clear a lot of very negative things out of people, like just the other day, somebody got a session from me, and he'd been to a place and done something really bad and transgressed a tapu, tapu, something sacred. He'd done something really bad. Well, I cleared that and things, so I need to be able to do that. So there's some very negative entities attached. There's nothing evil. There's no such thing. Negative entities. They just live the way they live. But he had stuffed up and he had to pay for that. So I just re-brokered a new deal.
Yeah.
He doesn't understand. Allow me to take it away.
Yeah.
So I'm not sitting there just going in there and going zap and zap and zap.
And they have to come to you because that means they're ready to want that.
So they need that help, but then I have to educate them.
Yeah.
Because the ancestors that are doing these things, they're there. And so I'm helping them to understand what you did wrong. This is what you did wrong. And this is why. And I keep going until the light click. The light goes on, and then he knows. And then I broker the deal.
Right.
All right.
So from your time in like the motorcycle club or even in jail, you would have seen a lot of people who have darkness or negative entities around them because of their behaviors, of course.
Yeah.
And so...
More than that.
If you could now, swoop into any prison, wave a magic wand, what is something that you would cure or treat for the most? Like, what are some of the darknesses you've encountered the most in those spaces?
All right. So if I had a forte, and it's really not the right word for it, but I think it is sexual abuse, right? Of which, I've survived sexual abuse.
So you've also been through that darkness of sexual abuse. What age was that? Were you happy to share?
Well, I don't know. But I would suggest between the age of maybe 7 and 10, maybe.
The memories are a bit blurry about when exactly.
It was 2 females, and I'm not sure if that's the same time or different times, family members.
Yes.
But this is what I don't feel it really actually affected me. Well, I never thought it did. But it did hypersexualize me at a very young age.
Right.
You know, so, you know, like, but I, without a doubt, I've known it the whole time. I just never said anything about it. But I've never addressed it because, you know, I've forgiven the people.
Yeah, beautiful.
Right. Yeah. Well, you know, I suffered physical abuse too.
Yeah.
And I addressed that with the person and forgave that person. It took me, this is only about 3 years ago.
Yes.
So, and I have had trouble with very dominant types of women.
Yeah.
Like, you know, and it's women that I don't trust.
That's why when you had that disappointment in the beginning, then it flipped, like the pendulum almost flips, right? Then you go hypersexualize, and you might have seen women as something to have revenge on or something to punish in that way?
Not like that. No, not like that.
Okay.
There. What I meant by that there is it hypersexualized me. In other words, I was just a child who understood about sex and what it was about.
You mean in this way?
So
okay.
I knew it. I knew what it was about, and I don't know whether it influenced me. I don't know. I think it was just about the normal age that people, you know, girls, boys.
Yeah, start the hormones kicking in.
Yeah, all that sort of stuff. But well, the physical abuse was considerably different. Like, if a dominant woman tried to dominate me, I would, in the past, my go-to was to psychologically smash them.
Yeah, using manipulation techniques and your words.
Yeah, but I would just dominate because I'm quite masculine. I can be quite forceful, even in my work.
Yeah.
When people, trauma is one of the main reactions to trauma is to be in control all the time. If you're in control, you can't get hurt. So I'll when they try to take control of the session, I will knock it on the head immediately. Because I know I have to, but then the negative aspect of that is if a really dominant, and I had funny little things, I don't know if it's relevant, but I would set people up, women, right? Because I'd sit there and go, you know, all women are bitches.
You wait till how they react.
And they will react because they're the
it triggers them.
Yeah. And they go like, and then I go, hang on. If you just allow me to finish, well, because I already know what they're going to do. And it was a setup. Like, it's wrong of me to do that, but I don't do it anymore. And then I'd say, but hang on. And then they'd finally start and go, and all men are assholes. So it balances out. So I just
provoke them with the stereotype that they are.
Yeah.
It's so
and that was a
funny.
power thing for me.
Yeah.
You know, so that's, you know, but I don't do any of that stuff anymore.
That's very connected as hearing you speak as a healer, and the label or title I use for me is a coach or facilitator of these really tough conversations. And we also use provocation.
Yes.
We push people to, let's say I have a client and I see them making all these excuses for why they can't do something, right? So I see it, it's very clear to me, but they're in their own excuses world. And then I'm just sometimes out of left field, I would say to them, so that means you're ready to give up then?
Yeah.
And they go, gulp.
Well, okay, all of a sudden they get scared because
you're calling it out.
You're the guiding light out of it. And
call it out.
No, cool. Yeah,
You're
no, beautiful. I do it all the time.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Wow.
I will do it like one young lady that's still seeing me now, so, you know, so I can't, clearly we're not going to talk about what Zoom.
Not exact details.
Just going around around the thing. She was... she wasn't being honest, and I can always tell if they're not being honest.
Oh yeah.
And at least 50% of the time they start like that, because
it's always another reason that's actually why they're there.
50% of the time they start like that. It's only because who the hell really wants to dig up the past when it hurts so much?
The muddy water.
Yeah, but we need to make the muddy water muddy so that we can, you know, and you need to let me lead the way. So, because if you lead the way, you're in control. And that's a defense mechanism. Okay, this won't happen. And it happened last night with a friend of mine. I did a reading, and I just told her straight away. I said, look,
That's
you
your
need
thing.
if you don't sit down and allow me to lead, I'm going to stop.
Yeah. There's no healing happening
there's
unless the control goes
It's a
out of the
waste
door for a moment.
So I have to sit there and do an arm wrestle.
Yeah.
And you have to give up, because you have to give up.
Yes.
You have to surrender.
Yeah.
Not to me. You have to surrender to the process.
To the
You
higher
have to
power.
allow people. You got to give them the option to surrender, and they have to do it themselves. If they don't, I just say, no, I can't do it. And if they still, well, I want to do something, I'm paid money, I say, well, I'll have the money back.
Yeah.
I can't help you.
You can even...
But that's when I will go, look, I've got these tarot cards.
Yeah.
And it's a whole different kind of thing. See, knowledge is power.
Yeah.
And my voice is the base, that healing energy comes through the sound. So it doesn't really, I can still talk and do that. They get education, which you would have got during our session. I will be talking about these things, and so you're getting education. You're actually getting the same thing.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I believe.
But they don't know that they're doing it, because and that then the defense is down.
Yes.
It's a world of smoke and mirrors.
I find exactly the same with whether it's the human CV, which I use as a tool to talk about strengths.
It's the best thing. It is the best thing.
Thank you.
Yeah.
But it's the same also for tarot cards or other methodologies, because they just give an additional language. I love reading tarot as well, and I do it for friends. I even did it for a human CV guest after the last time.
Really?
They were so in a certain
cool.
emotion. I said, would you like me to do a reading for you? Just a short little one, So we spent another half an hour on it.
Cool.
And the cards don't lie.
No.
And then it's
Well,
a
the
third
cards are
person
just
in
cards.
the room.
It's
The
you.
cards are
Yeah.
cards. And when the person sees the picture and then I help them with interpreting it, the story, they go, oh, so I could not make up those stories. I can't read them in this way, but the cards tell me what I need to tell them. And they go, oh.
So you're just unlocking.
It's the same.
So what you're doing is, I know it. I mean, I know it 100%.
Yeah.
Exactly. Even everything I do when I'm reading the cards, same. When I'm doing healing, same.
Now, I want to ask you something that's a bit controversial for some people in the healing and spirituality space. So some people say, well, you can't do, let's say, if you have a relationship pattern and you're very, playing it out, and every relationship you have creates this friction point because you trigger it, you have this constant friction going on. They say, well, you heal yourself first and then you go into another relationship. Other people say, no, you do the healing within that relationship, within the place of triggering and sometimes darkness. What's your take on that? Do you feel people have to do all the inner work first and then start, liaising, connecting, influencing? Or would you say, no, practice it within your community?
I wouldn't agree with that for one main reason, because in the 20 years I've actually been doing this, right, from around age 40, that's when I really started doing it.
Yeah.
Been able to do it since a child, but I started full on doing it then. And in the last 7 years, that's when I started doing it, or 7 or 8 years, and that's when I got my face done, because it was just a new me.
Yeah.
I'm a different person, and that person no longer exists, not even a little bit. So I just lost where we were going with that. So we were
Healing by yourself first, and then mixing
Oh,
with
right.
others, or not, like learning with others to heal and regulate.
By that standard or that pathway, I would never be able to do any healing now, because I'm still going. So, and I was still, I'm quite rough around the edges, and I used to think, oh, maybe should I try to? And then I thought, no, it's not me. If it's not me, I'm not being authentic. So I'll be authentic. And as it worked out, people like that because it's real, you know. And I might swear, and some people look at me and go, oh, no. It's
image,
just a word.
The image of the sacred, Maori healer has gone because you say women are bitches.
And I, as a Māori, living as Māori as I can, when I say that there, our society, Māori society, women were equal. In fact, men are here and you're here. Just a little, because you have the whare tangata, you have the power that we can't have. Yeah. So we put the energy into you that you turn those cells into a baby.
Yes.
We do our job and help build a house, but you make it a home.
Yeah.
Right? You take a group of people and you make it a family. That's the power of women.
Yeah.
And to me, that is, if you and your partner, you're symbiotic. You require one another to be your best. So why would you ever want to be in competition when you are connected in a way that you make each other better? So women are so important to us, right? And it was the colonisation that took away the femicide of Māori society. It took away all that, that stuff. But yeah, I'm real clear on that. But yeah, I will sit there and say, women are bitches. Yeah. But I say that with love. Yeah. Right? I know
we are sometimes, and so are men.
Hey,
that's what we need. We need these mirrors. We're mirrors for each other.
Yeah. Well, that's it. And it's true. And I don't know. I probably am on the high end of those stats at my worst. So, I'm under no illusion to the kind of person I am. I love a lot, but I don't understand love because I never had it. What I thought was love was guilt. So I now have children, right? And that I know. So I now know what love is. Yeah. Relationships. Well, I've been celibate for like 3 or 4 years. Yeah. And I don't trust myself because I only ever picked people that were broken, like me, who couldn't love me.
Because it sounded familiar, right? Yeah. Their love felt familiar.
But they had their own traumas. I don't blame them. No. But I could never. I thought, well, okay, I don't trust myself to do that there. So, and because I work with sexual abuse, I thought, I'm just not gonna do that. And we adjust and we get used to that idea. Yeah, since you're sort of. Yeah. This just sparked something in my head because you're so open talking about these things, and I have no filter. Like, I love talking about these topics. Cool. 6 planets in Scorpio. If that makes any sense. I'm filtering the hell out of this conversation. Trust me. This is so good. But there's a lot of things happening in today's society where people start having a lot of casual sex, polyamorous relationships, mixing and mingling their physical and spiritual bodies with each other. From your perspective as a healer who can see and feel and shape energies in a way, what is your take on that? Well, it's a big question. That's a good question. But I thought we could go there if you're keen. Yeah, I'm okay. Now, the polyamorous thing, well, me, the young man, thought, well, that's perfect. Great deal. Yeah, that's awesome. Me, the 61-year-old man, goes, double good and double bad, right? But me wanting that real love thing, which I've never really experienced before. Only love I know is my children, and that's enough. That's cool. I'm happy with that. But if you ask me, I look at it and think like, man, I really like to have that. I'd like to have that. But that's not for me. It's not for me. So I accept it and I think, cool. And when I see it, I call it out. Like, I'm not shy. I think like, this is cool. Right? I like that. That love that you see in a couple. Yeah. And I think that would be cool, but I don't trust myself in that regard. So, but if you ask me, I wouldn't call it traditional, and not in a Māori sense. Yeah. But I would, if you look at it from a romantic point of view, I'm not sure you could call me a romantic in any way. However, if I had my opportunity for the real deal, I would take it. One lady. Peace. Perfect person for me. Right? But, I think there's no such thing as the perfect person. No. So I suppose you would have to pick as wisely as you could you know, for the best.
Put her through a human CV and see if she matches your values. Eh?
Hey, all of a sudden there's a whole heap coming. Oh yeah, I was a client with this guy. Oh, okay, yeah, it was. Yeah, I'm just scanning through them because I don't trust myself, so I'll trust your human CV. No,
we'll get interested ladies to send them your way.
No.
Now we leave you in your happy healer bubble.
I need to like the way I look at it is, okay, there's all these barriers and turns and things. If you make it through that, they're okay. But you know, it's not easy.
Love is such a big energy, right? If you start juggling with 3, 4, 5 lovers and all that, there's lots of...
And sex is a huge energy, right?
Yes. Yeah.
So when you talk about the negative, there's 3 ways they get you. Through your ego, right? Through your fear, and through that sexual energy. Yeah. That's why rape is...
Three main manipulators for humans.
Yeah, and that's why rape is about power, not about sex. Yeah. It's a,
the control thing.
Yeah, it's a control thing. Yeah. So I look at that there and I think, well, it's big, but
charged topic, eh?
Yeah, it is. We could go on about that one, but you know, now I start and go like, next subject.
We can shuffle into some really cool stuff because we barely had a moment to look into this. We went straight into stories, which I love.
Yeah, okay.
So you have one of the sustainable development goals that the others so far in this whole project, in this whole passion project of mine haven't had, and that's life below water. I just came back from 2 weeks.
Do you know what does that mean?
So the diving in this, we're going into the ocean topics now. So because you chose the sustainable development goal, one is good health and well-being, which you as a healer obviously spent all your time on, but life below water, and you said my main interests are sailing and diving, and then you could talk about indigenous healing and spirituality for hours. So I just came back from 2 weeks in Samoa. I love the ocean.
Jealous.
I'm like a little mermaid. As soon as there's warm water and fish and a snorkel, I'm happy. I couldn't be happier. What is it for you? In what ways do either the sailing or the diving connect you to your spirit, your power, whatever it is for you? What is it about sailing and diving?
I'm a sea creature.
You are.
Te Hopo is the albatross. And the other main animal totem, I suppose, kaitiaki, would be the maki, which is the killer whale. Yeah. So those two there. And so when I look out to sea, I just get the overwhelming urge to be on a sailboat and just keep going straight out.
Yeah, horizon.
Yeah. If I had the ideal thing, I'd win lotto. I'd get a really good sailing ship. I put all my kids on it and my daughter and her family on it, and we'll sail around the Pacific, and I will heal everywhere we can, all over there for 6 months, and then come home and look after my people for 6 months. Well, any people. My people is any people now.
The exact thing I said to my partner when I read him your human CV was, why isn't this guy sailing and healing wherever he just goes on harbor? You know, there's like a healing clinic for 2-3 days. Te Hopo is landing, and then you bugger off again, have some me time, recharge.
Well, I don't need recharge because the festivals help me with that. But you've seen me at a festival, sometimes when I'm busy, I might have like, the most I've ever done in one day is about 30.
30 healing sessions?
Half-hour sessions, yes.
How do you cleanse your energy in between?
I just walk out, I do my karakia, and I unload it all.
So for those who are not familiar with Māori terms, it's a prayer. Karakia is like
karakia
a prayer.
is an incantation. It's kind of like a cross between a prayer and a spell. I don't know. It's just an incantation. It is, karakia is the way we interact with te taiao, the natural world.
Do you think we can have you saying that karakia now, and we just kind of, experience it together?
I can say a karakia.
Yes, I'd love that.
Well, I use a very potent karakia, which is, he tapatua koita, tapatua koitai, tapatua tāne, tapatua takaroa, a tauri anō. E kahatu koita, kahatu koitai, kahatu tāne, kahatu takaroa, a tauri anō. Hei tapatua tāne, hei tapatua takaroa, a tauri anō. So, tangaroa, or takaroa is the dialect, tāne, and tāuria mātia, tāwhiri mātia. So the celestial winds is tāwhiri mātia. So celestial winds.
Yeah.
Then you have Tu, which is the earthbound winds. One dictates the other. So,
Yeah.
you know, and
And I heard Takaroa, which is the god of the sea, or
Takaroa, yeah,
Tangaroa
yeah.
for some dialects,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
Tane is man.
Yeah.
And you spoke a karakia about the winds, the god of the sea.
yeah, well, it's bringing the energies of all of those three there to cleanse me out. And I am connected with wind atua and healing atua. So one of the key atua is not Takaroa, it's Tu. Tu is the...
The earthbound winds, we said, eh?
Yeah, but it is the younger brother of Tāwiri Amatia, who is the younger brother, or you're getting into the whakapapa of Atua, which is it's a whole, you know.
Super
when we
long
talk
lineage,
about
yeah.
whakapapa of Atua, maybe we're talking about, well, you know how important Matariki is to Māori, right?
Yes.
Matariki is...
The stars of the Matariki or Pleiades, yeah.
And so when people talk about we are born of the stars, Māori say, well, you know, we come from the stars.
Yeah.
And all the indigenous, and there's spaceships on every bloody ancient cave drawing there is.
Yeah.
So I don't say that's the thing, but I just
It's true.
leave it. Yeah,
Yeah.
I know it to be true, but I don't, you know,
Oh, even the Pentagon,
preach it to
like,
the world.
yeah,
I
if-
just, you
yeah.
believe what you want to believe.
Even the Pentagon has confirmed that they have spaceships now that they are studying.
Yeah,
So
well,
it's not a
actually,
secret
you know
anymore.
that,
yeah.
Here's something controversial. Within the next few years, there'll be open contact.
Oh, I believe that
Yeah,
strongly.
yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so,
Do
and
you
the ones
reckon?
with blue eyes, I will meet.
Oh, why is that? What is the story with the blue eyes one?
That would be the Pleiadians.
Oh, yeah,
yeah.
of course, that makes sense.
But and then other ones. But look,
Although,
after the point, I'll have a conversation with you.
yes,
It's just too much for now.
We're a bit too early
Yeah.
for some of these world's viewers today,
yeah,
but
yeah, exactly.
your energy doesn't struck me as a Pleiadian starseed. You have more of other energies in there.
Yeah, I don't
diving
know. I
into
don't
the
know where I am,
details.
but I
Yeah.
just, you know, it's. I don't know where I fit in that.
It feels more
so-
like Orion, you know, the
Orion
warrior
is,
of the dark, deep stuff as well, more fiery in times.
Maybe, yeah. Well,
Who knows?
I'm an Aries.
Hey, there we go, with their head through the wall, just pushing the stereotypes out of the way and the topics no one wants to talk about. Yeah.
But that stereotype, when you sit there and say that, there, it's actually so me.
The Aries thing? Yeah.
You know, the best and worst rolled into one.
Well, in the actual
Really
journey,
good and
in the,
really not so
in
good.
the mythology, like the journey of the zodiac, which starts, ends with Pisces and starts with Aries. The Aries, when you overlap the 12 stages of the zodiac to the human being, you know how they say the Aries is the toddler.
Oh, okay.
Have you heard that one?
No.
So it's like
So I'm just a
if
toddler.
You have
I'll take
this,
that.
what
Innocent.
is the toddler at sort of 3 years of age, kind of, or even a bit younger? It is fully authentic. It doesn't filter its emotional reactions. It says what it thinks, the child, and then it also, when it's grumpy and it has a tantrum, it throws the toys out of the cot, and it's like, F it.
I'll neither confirm or deny that.
You have the fuck it gene, I have it, If you had enough, you just fuck it, I'll walk away. That's Aries. It's like, had
Okay.
enough.
Are you Aries?
No, but I have them in my pot of fortune, which is I should provoke a few more people and do fuck it a few more times and walk away to
Well,
actually
I just
land.
think, but to me, it's just authentic. Like in life, because I see so much and feel so much, I can sit there and be interacting with people who I know to be very inauthentic.
Yeah.
But I have no judgment on that.
No, that's
because I
their
have no
journey.
judgment, no attachment, no expectation.
Yeah.
Right. I cannot be effective if I lack one of those.
Yes.
If you lack one, you always lack all. So I don't. It doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
I just. Yeah.
Yeah, but I know something that really matters to you is your son, who's 12, who's Tay. His name is Tay.
Well, actually, all of my children.
Of course.
Yeah, all of my children. But he lives with me, and he's my only son.
Yeah.
Right. I got the girls, 3 girls, and I had an older son who would have been 46 now, but he passed away a few years ago. And so he's my only son, and he lives with me now. The girls are living with their mother, but they're both grown. One's in her fourth year of Bachelor of Arts.
Right.
You know, she's
Yeah.
well, they're already teeing her up for a PhD. She's matakite.
A
She's
seer.
a seer. Yeah, yeah.
She can perceive visions
Oh,
from the other
she has
other
stronger
realms.
connection, undeveloped, but
Potent.
as a matakite, she is much easier to interpret. I have to feel my way through.
Yeah.
And basically what I do is, while I'm working, when we're in session, I just get thoughts. And I know those thoughts are not my thoughts. So I just, whatever I think, I just say.
Yeah.
And half the time I don't know really.
Because you're acting as what we call a channel.
Channel,
at
yeah, I'm an
times,
active
like
channel.
a channeler.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'd say an active channel because I don't check out and they check in. But I have friends that do that.
So you still keep your
I'm still
spirit
here, yeah.
on
And I have
while
choice.
they are speaking through you.
Yeah, I have choice. So, like, I'll give you a what I mean by that. There is they aren't living in the human world anymore. So they're in a state of atua, as I would call it. You know, so energy and. So they don't care about the human things. So they might say, touch her there. And I go like, no, because that would be a...
Oh, in the human world, it wouldn't be okay, or
It
something.
might be
you would have to make your own
It might be a very
decisions to-
sensitive
yeah.
part of the of the female body.
Absolutely.
And it's just not appropriate.
Yeah.
So that's a way that I can interpret it. So I'll say, touch her there and project her there. And I'll go, yeah, no. Right there.
Yeah. You could still do remote,
Well, I do it.
hover
I
over it
will
and
sit
send
there,
the energies
yeah.
there.
But I like to touch.
Yeah.
I like the hand on there. It doesn't make any difference, but I don't know what it is about that.
I think for me personally, speaking as a former client of yours in this way, a guest in your healing
Client
power.
forever.
Yeah, client forever,
Yeah.
absolutely. I prefer the touch, the sensation of it, even if it's through clothing, because there is something about that human element.
It's
We're
an
working with
interaction,
spirit,
yeah,
but there is
yeah.
something like I'm here with you and you feel it. So
Yes,
that's a stronger thing.
I think that's cool.
Do you know something I've noticed? So my brain works in patterns and it likes to observe how things fit together. When you describe the things you're doing with healing, so there's two main things I can see you're focusing on. One is it has to come easily, like the wind, it blows you to that
Yes.
message, or the person comes to you effortlessly. You're not trying to gather clients;
No.
they come to you.
Well, I
So-
do try to do that,
Yeah, but
and it doesn't work.
Yeah. So now here's when I actually look at what you're into. So it has to come easy, like the wind, effortlessly. And even the healing, you receive the messages and then you decide what to say, where to
Yeah,
touch.
yeah.
But then also the actual healing journeys you take people on, extremely deep, like 35-year-old memories. Like when I was
Oh,
6,
can
that
I
memory.
explain what,
Hang on,
from
hang
my
on,
point of
hang
view?
on. I've got this really
Okay.
cool picture.
All right.
Sailing and diving.
Yes.
Sailing, the wind blows you. You don't work against the wind, you work
No.
with it. Diving,
Yeah.
you go really fucking deep
Yes.
into a person's soul.
Yeah, and the deeper, the better.
Yeah, so
Because
you're
I was a
sailing
commercial
and
diver.
diving.
When you go down deep, like the deeper we used to go, the better it felt for
Why
me.
is that?
It's just,
What is it underwater that is like absorbing you, firing you up?
well, that's a hard one and an easy one. I'm a sea creature, so I'm at home in the water, right? So I feel comfortable. And then when you're in deep, there's a pressure, and it's dark, and it's, which is an environment I'm comfortable in. And so, but I don't know exactly how to answer that the way I know you're looking for an answer, but I just know that as a sea creature, everything about the ocean works for me.
Wow.
Right? Like when I see things, I'm in the ocean, so I feel safe. But then if I see, like, there was killer whales in the bay, and I was going for a dive. But I'll do everything you're not supposed to do. I'll dive by myself.
Yeah.
And I've done it all my life. But I'm an experience in, like,
You can
very
read
experienced.
the animal's behavior as well, or
Well, the killer whales, they never hurt anyone in the wild.
right,
They've killed people in when you lock them up and psychologically muck with them.
right.
In a
But not in the open. Like if you go to
no,
Kaikoura or
there's
somewhere.
never ever been any recorded
Yeah.
attacks by killer whales.
Interesting.
Attacks on boats, yes.
yeah.
In the Sea of Cortez, they attacked there. But they don't know what that's about. But yeah, no, it's...
We can learn a lot from the ocean, can we?
Oh yeah. Well, here's the thing about the ocean. Like when I said I'm a sea creature, it was told to me that I had an option. I was diving at 50 meters on air, like as a commercial diver, and I was a rescue diver doing a rescue. It was just a drill. I went down there and I got to 50 meters and then I lost all air and I was hooked up to another guy, and it was a life and death situation, and I didn't even stop to unclip him and go up. I just took off up and took him with me, and I had no air. And when I got up the very top, I had to have oxygen and everything, and it was quite a full-on situation. But then I go back and talk to my cousin, who's our tohunga, and he interpreted that for me in a way that I didn't look at it, because I'd been through the experience, so it's hard for me to
Be
tap
neutral and
into
zoom
it.
out, yeah.
And he just said, well, you had the option to live with the mer people, which is apparently some kind of honour, right? And when we're talking mer people, it's realms.
Yes.
And when I took you on that journey, it felt real, because we leave the
went
body.
somewhere.
We
Yeah,
went into another realm.
Yeah.
So it's another same like this. There's a realm where the Mert people live in the ocean.
So at this situation, when you were there and you decided, no, I'm zipping back up, get that human oxygen again, you clearly were like, no, I have a mission to do on this planet. I can't just be with my folks in the Mer people and hang out there. You said, no, there's something for me to do.
I made a choice to live.
Yeah.
So it's apparently some kind of good thing, but I chose to live, which means I chose my healing journey.
Yeah.
And I still haven't fulfilled what I'm supposed to do.
Yes.
I believe I know what I'm supposed to do, but that has always changed. It's always evolved. It doesn't change, it evolves. Yeah. But I think I'm close.
So at this moment in time, you still have obviously your responsibility as a papa, as a father, and you've got your son with you. What is something, you have a few more years, you said to me before, where you will fully devote yourself to him, look after him, make sure he's equipped for living by himself, going out into the world.
Well,
what do you put in
I want to teach him to be a man.
Yeah, and how do you do that? Like, what is something a father, from your current knowledge, what is it like to be a good father? What do you pay attention to? What do you want to teach him? What's most important for him to learn?
What my son sees me, how my son sees me act.
Not just talk, right? He
Not
watches
talk,
you do the doings.
So I do, right? And not just my son, my daughters as well. I've had really difficult clients who, at the first NZ Spirit South, a lady came there and she was there just to debunk me.
Right.
And that, I get that quite often. But right at the very end, I got her. We clicked in. And that really, and I said, look, because I'd actually achieved something. So I said, let me come back tomorrow at 6 o'clock in the morning and I'll do one for free, because we started something and I want to finish it. No charge. And she goes, yeah. But I think she thought it was 6 o'clock at night.
Right.
Myself and my daughter then went to have a shower. Then we came back and she was there. She had opened up my tent. She had pulled the po out, put it outside. She was sitting in my tent. And I thought, and I come back there and I'm going like, what are you doing? And she's like, and she said, well, I was here at 6 o'clock. I said, I meant 6 in the morning. And anyway, I said, look, I'm not going to do it now, but please, 6 in the morning. And then I go to pick up my po and it was all broken. So I put it together. So, yeah. Well, I don't know how it happened. She said, I never did that. And I said, well, I never did it. They were put back in there and all locked up, So I said, look, I just think that you should leave. And, that my daughter's very, she's not aggressive in any way. And she's, really angry and...
Yeah. So you want your children to see you as always calm, collected, no matter what, right?
So when she's been angry, the number one thing I can show my daughter, who had seen me, seen the end of my other life. So she'd grown up with a little bit of it, and she could see that people can change. And I actually felt really happy of the way I dealt with it, because I didn't get angry. I just said, look, I don't think I can work with you. Can you leave?
Wow.
And she used to come back. She came back the next one too, the next NZ Spirit, and she just would walk past and stand outside and go away, and then come back and stand outside. And it's like, I can't help that person.
Yeah.
That person is tied up in her own trauma.
Yeah.
And it just means that she's not ready. Maybe another couple of lifetimes.
And again, kudos. I think this was more for you than it was for her, because it was like
everything is for me too. Yes,
true, right?
Of course.
We call these things in to see: have I grown? Have I got that calm in me? Have I got forgiveness for someone who comes here to debunk me? Maybe she's broken my pole. You know, your figure, your stature.
Well, I think it's pretty much a given, because it wasn't broken before.
Yeah.
But it didn't really matter. I don't know what happened.
No, how you reacted matters.
How and because and my daughter was like. And I was actually happy with how I portrayed myself.
Yeah.
Right. And it was authentic. Like I wasn't angry. I didn't, and I can be an angry man.
Yeah.
I can get pretty grumpy.
And we all have reasons to be angry. Like that one was one, or when you told me about, you've been sexually abused, but then you forgave
she
the
is
people
that dominant
who did that.
kind of a figure. She was there to
remind you.
She was there to remind me there's still work for me to do. So we seek in others that which we are. So when I'm getting surrounded by people with big egos, that's a reminder for me to understand.
And a reminder for your son.
You
how
still,
to act.
you still have to. I still have to control my ego, because if you've seen my ego, well, it's a scary thing. It's huge. So, but I like to think that I'm aware of it. I have, instead of, I don't make things my enemy anymore. I make them my friends. So I said, come here, ego. You and me, we're going to live together, and this is how we live. I'm in control, and you have to do, because you understand what an ego's for.
To protect you, right?
Yeah, it's protect you. Yeah. It's like if you're a pit bull and I'm a pit bull and we're the same, right? The pit bull that believes it can win with the bigger ego will win. So it's a self-defense mechanism, just like fear is. So a horse, fight or flight. The fight is the ego, and the flight is the fear. Yeah. So those are the ways that we do it. But my son gets to see me, and when his mother let me take him, and I told her, I said, look, you have no way. Do you know how to raise our son to be a man? And she goes like, well, what do you mean? I said, well, what is it to be a man? How do you, what are the problems for men, right? Which I don't know. Too many women have a real understanding, because we're all consumed in our own lives, and your life is about being a woman, and so you're more likely to be in tune with the negative aspects that men might have towards you.
Absolutely.
But men, we have a story too. That's why those men's groups are so potent now, because they're so necessary.
Yeah.
There's a reason we die 10 years earlier than you.
And since you're bringing up this topic, your son being a teenager and of Maori Pacifica descent is the highest likeliness for suicide in New Zealand. It's the highest group who take down lives.
Huge, huge.
We need to show, not tell, show them their life matters, and also how it matters, what they bring to the world and what we appreciate in men. I think men deserve way more love than they have currently in the last few decades received from women.
We need love.
Yeah.
Well, that's what makes us whole.
Yeah.
And when we don't get it, like many of us don't,
it's disastrous.
It's just it's a spiral, a negative spiral. But I don't detract away from the importance of women to feel empowered and emboldened within their life.
100%.
I just think that if you're like a normal heterosexual couple, and you are bringing the best that you can as a woman to the table, and you understand your role, whatever that role be, right? And the man understands his role, you're working in symbiotically, and I think that is something to really hold on to, because I think it's rare now, because kids are being raised without fathers or without mothers, or it's in broken homes.
Yeah.
So it's less people. Like, if I can help people to understand to look after their kids in some way, I'm healing. It's healing without healing.
Yeah.
So I'm stopping those kids from having to come and see me.
Yeah.
I'm hoping.
That's a really long-term succession plan you're doing there in terms of
they want to need
me in the future.
This is it is a long-term plan, but it is. I'm a healer, a rebalancer of the kōrero toru, mind, body, and spirit. And how can I not think like that? Right, I've got X amount of years on this earth, right? And when that runs out, right, I think, well, have I done enough?
Yeah.
Right?
Well, would you say to couples that either can't have children or decide not to have them for whatever reason, all that energy that in the normal way of our species goes into raising children and preparing them for life by themselves, where should the couples that don't have kids put their energy? What have you seen as the most beneficial? Is it self-healing? Is it community service? Is it, go all in on creating a good business that helps people?
It's really hard for me to answer that question, because I have my children is my source of love. So it's really,
you can't dissect yourself from that.
I can't,
separate
because that's
yourself
So I would, if you say, if you choose not to have children, I don't understand that.
Okay, easier.
Yeah.
Once your son is grown, your daughters have already grown, then you will be again someone who has a lot of energy and love to give, even though your love came from your kids. But then you don't necessarily need all that time and energy to give to your kids, because you prepared them well. You've done your job there. You closed that one book of father. And then you already told me you have some calls from Germany, from Denmark, from
all over
Switzerland,
the world,
that people say, hey, I really need your services. So once you haven't got all that
well,
energy
they come over
needed
from
for
overseas
your boy.
come and the ones that come over, like, they come from all over the country. When they ring me and say, hey, we're going to come up, I said, look, I might be down there soon. And but they sit there and say, well, no, we realise. And so I invite them to stay at my house. And I thought, and they come over from America. They don't come over specifically to see me, but there's quite a few of them, and they're all the same. They come there, they contact me and say, hey, look, I'm in the country. I go back on Wednesday. I'm from America. I don't know why I came here.
But I'm here.
I'm here. And it was something to do with you. So I said, okay. And I said, what would you like? They said, well, can we have a healing or something? I said, well, yeah, sure. Let's talk about it. Because I always screen people, because I want to be able to deliver what they require. And if I can't, I will tell them straight out. And then anyway, they just, they say, yeah. And I say, okay, yeah, we can do that. And where are you staying? Well, you might as well stay here, because they come halfway around the world to see me, so there's no cost. I said, just come and stay here. You don't have to pay anything, and we can do what we call it, an intensive thing. So I might get 2 or 3 sessions or something like that in my space. So it's better for them, and I think it's a good way to be.
So that means once you don't have to spend all your father energy on your boy, and maybe in another 2 or 3 years' time, you will be able to travel more to see those countries, because you also shared with me you love walking. It's your meditation. And you even spoke about the Camino.
I feel, like meditation is fill your mind with something. I fill my mind with, my feet hurt. That's it every day. But I love it. I love it, and I love the people that I meet along the road, and I get to be alone. Which is, I'm alone anyway in my head, except when I'm with my son or my daughters. I'm never alone. So, they, the way they love me is just, I can't survive without it. I need it.
Even if they were gone for whatever reason, you still have that cellular memory of their love in you. It will never go away. Even people you dearly loved who have since passed on, like your older son.
Well, I talk to them.
I can talk.
Like when we're doing sessions when we did our session, I don't remember it, as you know, but I'm not plucking these out of nowhere. They're coming from your ancestors telling me what I need to do, and mine. But I don't know which one's which, and I just start off, and sometimes I'm talking, but I do so much more talking now. Like I might do in an hour session, I might do 45 minutes talking, and all that is lining everything up, and then when it's time, I'll just get the feeling. Okay, close your eyes, and it's five or 10 minutes. It's 5 or 10 minutes, and it's done.
Yeah.
But that conversation is kind of the words. The healing's already been, from the time like when I first got here. You
create the story for them to follow
When I met
along.
you out there, it started out there. This is some kind of healing session that we're in.
Yeah. Actually, let's go. I wanted to wrap up the conversation shortly, but now that you spoke on this topic, I would like to heal some other people with one more question. So there are some people who believe in when you die, you either go to heaven or hell, depending on how good or bad you've been. Yeah. Now, in your experience, when you speak to people who have passed on, they are neither in heaven or hell. They're in a different realm. So you don't believe in that at all. So I think that's a really nice relief almost for people who are afraid of dying. I used to have fear of death. I no longer have it since I had a few experiences. Because for me, I feel that there's more truth in the souls can't die. And they're also not going to a place where they suffer forever in some fire.
Eternal,
right? So so what do, in your Māori way of looking at the world, you know the souls, they live in a special spot and you can access that? Or how exactly does that play out? Like what happens after we die?
The part of us that is pure atua, you know the word atua, the deity stuff. It's like, let's say, the awe. The awe is akin to what the Christians, of which I'm not, is the soul. So the awe. So when they pass on, that is the pure part of them, the part that never dies.
The life force.
That leaves the body and returns to the collective conscious. Let's call that.
Yep.
And that collective conscious, maybe that's what some people have called God. So everything I do and everything that Christian people believe, it all comes from the same place.
Yes.
It's one cauldron of spirituality. Doesn't matter where you are from. But people have used those things to their own ends, to
ego power,
all of those things.
Seriously?
So, and the funny thing is, sex is a great power control mechanism, and that's why that's where these cults come from. And cults bad.
We don't have to name all of them, but yes, I see where you're coming from. So there's no reason to fear death, especially from a Māori perspective.
Well, here it is. Right, they return to a state of atua. I talk to my ancestors all the time. They guide me. I talk to yours. I talk to whoever I'm dealing with. They guide me into what to do. So that in itself, right, when we die, all that dies is the physical connection, which is an illusion anyway.
Yeah.
Right? It's not real, right? The real connection is spiritual. Right, and if the spirit never dies, right. So, but what people have to do is they have to accept that I can no longer touch you like that, right. I can no longer feel you like that. But when I sit there and say, when I put my hand on your shoulder and I say, can you close your eyes and feel the hand on your shoulder? And then when I see their ancestors slide their hand into me and I take it away and I say, can you feel the hand? And they go, yeah. And they don't even know my hand's gone a lot of the time.
No, grandma's hand here.
Yeah,
whatever
exactly
that example.
Yeah, well, see, a lot of the time, when I'm saying something as an example, it's something that's actually happening at that moment. And if you're in tune with it, you go, oh, wow.
Goosebumps.
And things like that there. So it's learning how to, and a lot of people come to me with palliative care and all that sort of stuff. And what they have to do is learn the dynamics of how you can interact with your ancestors, your family members that have passed on. You just have to learn the new way of communication. it's just you're not gonna feel it physically through your nervous system. You can feel it through your emotions.
Yeah.
And a lot of those things, so I'll help people. I'm not sure if I did it with you, did I? No? I put my hand on the shoulder and say, close your eyes, feel the hand, use your third eye, feel it, see it, everything. And then I'll take my hand out because I see like...
once they take over, you feel it or see it.
And I take my hand away once their hand slides in, and I kind of sort of see it.
So you're actually no longer touching me, but I would still feel that hand.
You'll
but
feel
it's
that,
now the hand of whoever is my spirit guardian.
And then I'll sit there and say, okay, that is your nan, say, and you're like, which has a profound effect. And then there's often tears and this and that. But what that does is they then get a physical experience. So I just show them that you can still have a relationship with the people who are no longer living in the flesh. And then I'll sit there and say, okay, now take that hand and feel the heat. And I'll just feel the heat going, and you'll feel it go, and you'll probably feel it going through that hand and start to spread over through your chest cavity, through your heart space. And then I'll say, well, that's called love. So they can feel something, not in the same way, and then, oh, this is love. And it changes everything. So I've just shown them that you can. There is a way to communicate. You just have to learn the new way of communication. So when people die, it's just about, okay, retrain yourself to understand that.
Right. There's
And you don't have to do that because you believe that.
How to do it,
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah, that's...
Wow, I would love to talk for maybe 5 more hours with you, but I will wrap it up for the camera part of it. I'm sure we'll chat a bit more afterwards.
Sure.
But I barely went into the percentages and all of that because you are just so full of real lived experience, and your passion for people and the healing. It's your calling. And when people find that, there's nothing else you would do.
Yeah, no, there's nothing like...
You're a dad, a healer.
I sat there and decided, I committed myself and my children to this. And I thought, that's crazy, when I did that. And I just said, okay, I asked for the knowledge of the ancestors, of our spiritual leaders and stuff like that there, so that I could help my people, help my hapu, my subtribe, help my iwi, all 4 of them, and help, and then it became help New Zealanders, then it became help everybody. So my tribe, my race has become the human race. It started like just my family, just Māori. It ended, well, there is no end.
Yeah.
Right.
Like the soul, it's eternal. Atua, it never stops.
We're in a state of atua, so it's, I couldn't think of doing anything else, and I think to myself, why do I even, I live in a world, I think, shit, it didn't cost me anything to do this, I should be able to do this and not cost anyone.
Yeah.
But I don't live in that world, right? The world is not magically, I can't sit there and go, okay, new world, can I just zap you with some good stuff there and I'll get that like $150 worth of groceries? It doesn't work that way.
Yeah,
I need to make money. Yeah.
3D.
I need to make money.
Yeah. So the healing is...
What are you doing over there?
He's zooming in on your atua.
Okay. All right, sweet. Okay, sweet as.
Awesome. All right, so while the spirit is eternal and love is eternal, time on this particular planet isn't. So I would love to finish with a little hongi and tenakwe and all these mihis for you sharing.
No worries. We can do a hongi.
Yeah, let's...
A hongi is such a good thing. Right.
Cameraman is struggling.
And so nose and forehead together. Right. All right.
Tenakwe.
It was easier than I thought it would be. Was that okay?
It was so good.
All
it
right,
was
cool.
really good. I appreciate it.